Hello everyone and welcome to She Rides, the podcast where women's cycling takes the lead. I'm Saar.
And I'm Kristof, and today we're diving into the latest race results and hot topics in women's cycling.
Let's get started. Ready? Hello everyone and welcome to episode 20 of She Rides. Today it's just us, but that might be good, so you can listen some episodes back because we had quite some long episodes already. But we are just gonna talk about like the latest races and some previewing for the next ones. So maybe I'll just start with the one of the biggest races last week on Wednesday, GP Oetingen. So it had like a nice participants list, like not World Tour Classic high, of course, because the biggest races are in Italy at the moment. But we had some nice participants like Lara Gillespie, Julie de Wilde, Chiara Consoni, Marta Laff. And it was quite an attractive race, actually, because we had quite some riders who were racing very attractive, like Marta Vrije, Lara Gillespie, Zoe Bakstedt, mainly Little Trek with Henderson too, and a very surprising name for me, Gerke Schreurs. But first, I think I have to mention Gillespie. We know her as a very fast sprinter, but she was racing very attractive. Sadly, she crashed out and DNF'd. But what surprised me the most was Gerke Schreurs. She has been out of the road peloton. She rode her last race 11 years ago on the road. Then she went to gravel. She's still focusing on gravel. And it was like I got some weird vibes when As Works announced her like she will be focusing on gravel, but here and there she will do a race on the road. And I was like, is this just like a backup plan or something? But last Wednesday she really proved that she can do some great things on the road. Like to do that in your first race, to just be there up front and launch multiple attacks and go with the others. It was very impressive to me.
Maybe we were wrong about her.
Yeah.
We were quite skeptic when she was announced as a rider for SD Works, but she might prove us wrong.
Yeah, I was very impressed. Yeah, pretty cool actually. Then we also had Cole. We already like predicted she wouldn't be up there competing in the sprint, but sadly she couldn't even prove she was able to do that because in the last couple of kilometers she crashed out. Together with Andersen and Edsat, they didn't look too hurt, but Cole did. We haven't seen anything yet about how she is at the moment, but it was certainly not a soft crash. So that was sad to see. But then, of course, I think the organizers are very happy with the winner they had there because Belgium could win in own country. Julie de Wilde, super nice to see her. She has had some bad luck already the seasons before, and she's still super young. So great to see her get up here again. Actually, she became, and then Bertizzolo became second, and Consoni third. And then Marta Lack from SD Works fourth, and Baril fifth. So yeah, I think that was it. I don't know if I can say much about it. Maybe one more thing is I would have thought Consoni in the races I have seen her now, I would have thought she would be faster. At least that, but that's maybe a little too high expectations. But the season she's riding yet, I don't have the feeling like she's the fastest Consoni yet.
It's March. Just wait a bit. She's just post-Olympics. Yeah, we'll see. And maybe Julie de Wilde was just the strongest of the pack that day. That will be good for her confidence because she went through quite a bit last season. and now with a great result at Oetingen. That will do her well. Hopefully she's now back. That's
Yeah,
and
for
then
sure.
the other thing again, like a constant thing happening this spring season is Sophie van Rooyen 29th in Oetingen.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
again, not the result we think she's capable of. Very curious what's going
Maybe,
on there.
yeah, maybe just too high expectations, give her a year, and maybe next year will
Mhm.
be a different story.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be because probably last season nobody expected Sophie van Rooyen too much,
Mm-hmm.
but this year she's earmarked, of course. Everybody's looking at her. I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, hmm
But like it's the same we talked about last week in the Strade when Puk Pieterse, what was it, just became eight, like a lot of people said it, like last year also for Pieterse it was, whoa, Puk Pieterse is here. Like if she would have become eighth in the Strade, we would say, oh, she stopped 10 again, but now it's, oh, she's
yeah,
just eighth. So
yeah.
I think it's just like being the new kid on the block, and then the other year showing that I was not just here for a year. I'm here and I'm here to stay and to be better than last year. I think that we underestimate how hard that is.
No, it's the hardest.
Mm,
Arriving is the easiest part. We could talk about that with Kat Ferguson as well.
mm,
She's young. Nobody is looking at her to make the race hard. Was probably same for Sophie van Rooyen. And
mm.
then you win some nice races, and then of course the next season, well, you have a bullseye on your back, and everybody's watching you, and the pressure is high, and you're still young, so it's yeah, indeed, not easy to confirm what you're capable of, but real talent
Mm.
always strikes back. So let's hope
Yeah,
she will be back.
but no, very excited about Chile de Ville. Always nice to
Yeah.
see a fellow villager win some nice races.
Yeah, speaking of talent always strikes back, Julie is a good example in
Yeah.
Oetingen. Then we can go on to Italy, where the main action is going on last couple of weeks and will continue next weekend too. But we had an all-time classic monument that's all up for debate. How would you call it? Trofeo Binda. That what I thought about it, it was kind of an exciting race, but it missed like the pepper and salt on it. I was like constantly like, "Ooh yes, attack! Ooh yes, attack!" And you always had the feeling like, "Ah, come on! I want something more. I want." And that was like missing from Binda this year's edition, I thought. So
Well,
so we
I thought it was very exciting, but I was just
it
being
was.
annoyed about the thing that some of the main riders just wouldn't ride and would really go for it. Like I know we think about this differently, but if you're, I don't know, a Lamborghini or a Vollering, and there's a group, okay, maybe there are riders who you aren't certain where you don't know if you can beat them, but at least your chances will be bigger if you go with a group than to just ride with the whole pack. So I'm like, if you're one of those riders who are really strong, just go for it. Like you can try, and that there's this thing that Follering has, but she doesn't really dare to lose, so she chooses to go back in the peloton and just, okay, you don't, one of the group doesn't work, okay, I won't work either. So in that way, yeah, I would have hoped from a little more action and really trying to go for it, but that was what missed. From the exciting part, I thought it was a very exciting race, but I just kind of hope to see like evolving more, really trying to win and not just attack. Oh, I'm not alone, or I'm not sure I can beat you. 99% on the line. Okay, I'm not riding. So that was something I was about.
Yeah, might have been a combination of two things, like following not like targeting Binda this year, and maybe the combination of the elite group too strong for the climbs Orino and Casale probably, because 2.6k at 4.8. The ones who are in the front, I mean, okay, Vollering and then Longoborghini are very strong, Van der Breggen too, but the other ones that were in there, Trinca Colonel, Noemi Ruig, they can handle that type of climbs as well. They can do that type of efforts as well. And same for Casale, 0.8 kilometers, okay, a little bit steeper. But yeah, maybe not hard enough for the elite group to get away, and then yeah, you end up with a complete hold-up by Elisa Balsamo at the end, actually.
But I'm just wondering, does the Tour de France femme winner really need to every time she? Oh, yeah, I just hope to see like more active racing and not like this passive thing. Like, yeah, I just didn't like that very much. So I was a bit disappointed in that. But of course, like super strong for Balsamo. Like on TV, you didn't even notice she was still there only until the last couple of 100 meters. Oh my God, Balsamo is still here.
Eurosport didn't even send her a star before the race. They always hand out the stars from 5 or 4 until 1 or something like that. And I was like, where's Balsamo here? She's the winner from last year's edition. She didn't receive any star. Okay, she hasn't been on top this season yet, but I think, well, there she was, out of the box. Poof, here I am.
Yeah. I do have to say, I'm normally not really rooting for Anna van der Breggen. It's not a big secret, but I really liked. She did try. Okay, she after some kilometers, it was clear it wasn't her day, and she really blew up. But she tried. So I was like, go, yeah, this is what I want to see. Just try, and you can always try, and maybe you will win instead of not trying. So I like that about it, actually.
Yeah, sure. Credit where credit is due. I have to admit. It's hard, but I have to admit. No, that's true. Yeah, I think it was just we arrived at the women's peloton, at the women's level, that the elite group can really handle these type of climbs. Might be the case. But what to say about the rest of the podium, Saar? We have Blanca Vas. Okay, that's semi-surprise, not a big surprise anymore after her Tour de France win, but still.
I wouldn't have said. Yeah, but beforehand, I wouldn't have said like Blanca Vas's podium. Like if I would have said that, you would say like, "Whoa, that's a hot take."
Sure.
So she of course won that stage in the Tour, but this like podiuming Binda is like is huge actually. So also like.
Sure. Yeah, and then we have
But
Kat Ferguson.
Yeah, that's like, even more huge.
Like really, what? Sky is the limit.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like what?
Yeah.
I was like, who's that Movistar rider? And then I heard Ferguson. I was like, no, this is not Ferguson. And I checked like a couple of times. No, this will be changed. This is not Ferguson. But yeah, it was. Wow.
Yeah, look who's behind her. It's Marianne Vos, Paternoster, Pfeiffer Georgie. Okay, she was 5th, relegated to 16th. That's for a little bit later we talk about it, but still, she was behind. So yeah. That's
Yeah.
Great ride, great race. Nice race, I think. It's always nice to see Italy in spring when the weather is not that great here.
And also, like, I'll just do another call on this, like, to people who love women's cycling or who just at least want to just put it a bit more in the picture, try to really see how big Trofeo Binda was, because it's the oldest race for the women's peloton, so it would be sad to see it go. Like, it's only on paid television, or unless you VPN to Rai. So that's one thing sad to see. And then when the biggest media stuff and channels don't say anything about it, it's making it very hard, because it's such a beautiful race, and Binda really deserves like that people see it and know it, because it's been there for so long. So I think it's really sad to see like everything, Milano-San Remo, and I'm like, yeah, but Binda is here too. So yeah, on Belgian TV, not even mentioned once on the evening news, and the special sport magazine after it. I was a bit, disappointed. But can you be disappointed if you already expected it would be coming? Yeah, I don't know.
Give it a chance, people. It's an Italian race. It's only 30K of live coverage, so it won't take much time to watch it anyway. So give it a chance. If you're not
Yeah,
convinced, just try it. It's not long. It's 1 hour of racing, and that's it. Then you're done. Then you can decide if you liked it or not. So
yeah. So that's a shame. But it was nice to hear our guest commentating of last week. Actually, I normally don't watch French coverage, but I was like, not really into the Dutch commentary, and I was like, okay, I could go for English again, but let's just go for French. And I think she's actually a really great commentator, so that was also nice to hear.
yeah, no surprise after her appearance last week in the
Yeah.
podcast.
I'm only just a bit jealous she's on French TV and not on Belgian TV, because that's like a
Yeah,
huge win for France TV to have her on the coverage of women's cycling.
we asked, but her Dutch wasn't so good, apparently. Too bad, folks. Will we stay in Italy or will we go to Nokere first? Or do you have something to add more to Binda? Oh yeah, of course,
to
we have Piper
Binda.
George's nice sprint move.
But it wasn't really clear, but I was watching it. I also gotta say I was really focused on Kim de Koer because I predicted her here. And my wheeler manager is doing very, very bad. So I was like, come on, Kim. Also just a really nice rider. But what I saw there in the sprint, that was not nice. Like, she just pushed her completely to the other side. Also Ruek, I think. Like, she can be very lucky that Kim de Koer wasn't like, this is my place, because otherwise there would have been a very, very bad crash. And I was like, has no one seen this? But the thing was, the replay of the sprint always started super, super late, so we couldn't see it on it. So I searched it back, and then I filmed it, and I put it in slow mo to just see what happened here. And it was like just, like that was really. And I was like, are they seriously not gonna do anything with it? But about 3 hours post race, there was, okay, she's relegated to 16 because the next rider was apparently Justine Hekir on 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I hope she got. I think actually she should have been disqualified because she still gets UCI points, and I really hope she got that yellow card, because come on, this is like a move like this is just not okay. This was so dangerous.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I think we yeah. Yeah, the relegation to 16th is probably too a little bit too nice even. But anyway,
Yeah.
not a lot of discussion there. It's
No, but
20,
you really
24
have to
UCI
find
points.
it back. Because like you have deviating a bit, and then that was like from the one side to the other, and just like pushing the other one side. That was just. I love
Dangerous.
Piper, I really do, but
Yeah.
that was not acceptable. That was horrible.
Bad move, Pfeiffer. But we still like you. But the disqualification would have been the right measure.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And then maybe one more thing we saw on Van Empel's story. A man crossed the road, and she could just stay upright, but after her there was apparently a pretty bad crash with some riders involved, like Talita de Jong, who broke her collarbone, sadly. Apparently Fem also just went off her bike and tried to help the riders who crashed, so that was a beautiful act. But sad situation again. Like, just wait a few minutes and then cross the road. Yeah.
Exactly. Could have been worse. Could have been France. Could have been a car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I think we had everything. We covered everything from last week about that. Only thing we have to mention is sadly the Lotte Ladies Touring Tour is cancelled for 2025.
Yeah, and the most sad part about it, it's missing 200K of state sponsorship
Yeah.
from the Thüringen region. Like, come on, guys. I
Yeah,
mean,
indeed.
government, you throw away millions, and 200K for one of the classic stage races on the women's calendar. Nah.
Yeah, it's so sad to see that disappear, and also like knowing why it can't exist. So yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
it's
sucks.
also another race. Like,
Yeah.
there are so many races that are getting cancelled. Um so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
very sad again.
Yeah, I know.
But maybe we should now preview a bit for the coming races.
Yeah, up for next week. Two nice classics on the calendar. Well, at least
Yeah.
one. The second one we don't know yet because he's brand new on the calendar, so it still has to prove itself.
So we'll start with Nokere Koerse.
Yeah,
A new finish, actually the other side of Nokereberg without the
yeah,
cobbles.
without cobbles.
So that won't change too much. Maybe I think it's quite a nice participants list, but like I said a couple of times, it's missing like one or two like big riders. Like there are some very good riders, but you don't have like someone like Lotte Kopecky or Lorena Wiebes. Not that we need it for the excitement, but I think that's something the organization maybe will be a bit disappointed about, because like if you look at it, nice participants list, but I think Nokere Koerse wants to have some of these top riders on the start.
Yeah, but with Binda where it is now, and with Milano-San Remo back on the
Mhm.
calendar, and then Nokere Koerse squeezed in between, then you just know that all the top riders will be in Italy for the whole week.
Yeah.
Logistically, but on the other hand, it's a nice opportunity for the so-called second-tier riders. I mean, that's not maybe not the best term to use, but you know what I mean. It doesn't always have to be Kopecky or Wiebes or Vollering. So some other girls get the chance
Yeah.
too now to prove themselves in a spring classic.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be dry, which is
Yeah.
well, depends on the point of view whether whether that's a good thing, whether that's a bad thing.
It's a good thing because I'm gonna go live, so it's a good thing. 16 degrees. I'm here for it.
So yeah, we'll see what it brings. It has some nice participants. It has Marta Lach, Barbara Guarischi, Coponi, for example, Josie Nelson, Sophie van Rooyen, who knows?
Gillespie,
Gillespie, yeah,
Julie de Wilde, of course, winner of last week.
Julie de Wilde. She's my favorite for this
Mm-hmm.
race. Come on, Julie, you can do this.
um, Kols Lister,
Mhm. She's strong
Nienke
enough to.
Veenhoven.
Mm, Linda Zanetti. She's in good
Mm-hmm.
form apparently.
Zanetti is someone, if you would ask me pick someone and it's not Julie de Wilde, I would say Zanetti.
Yeah, nice pick. Yeah, yeah,
By now, Belgian commentators will know she can sprint, so.
yeah. Not so sure about that, but
They should.
they should, yeah.
Confalonieri also very consistent, not to win, of course, but like to do a good result. So we Bakstad, not in the sprint, of course, but Michael van der Duin.
Yeah, see, it can be a nice race.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be the case if you have like Wiebes or Kopecky or
Mm-hmm.
Vollering at the start. Then you are like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay, probably this is one for one of those three. But now it's wide
Mm-hmm.
open, I think. So
Yeah, and of course, you forgot one important name again, Kristof. Mieke Dox is starting too.
Of course, Mieke. How can we forget? No, no Mieke, no party. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm not forgetting. You're the one forgetting it every week.
I'm very sorry, Mieke. Apologies.
But no, I think yeah, Mieke can do some nice things there. Maybe break, maybe
Let's hope she makes
pre-finale.
the race. I mean, I
But
don't
hey,
think
the
we can
last
pass
time
her.
I went to cheer for her, she went in the break. So we will see what my what I will bring when I'm now there. If she again does something great, I just think everyone should make it possible that I'm at every race Mieke rides because
You
we
have 2
want to
days to
see.
bake cookies.
No, that's not gonna work out, I'm afraid.
Too bad. No cookies, no Mieke. Sorry.
So it will be a very exciting race. I will certainly see the finish of the women. I will certainly miss the first one at Nokere, and the second one will also probably be hard because first I have a French exam to finish. So, but hey, I hope we see a nice winner there.
Yeah, that will be. Yeah, I hope to see a nice race. Not
Yeah.
a closed pack, not a closed bunch, just riding all together to or in a big bunch to
Mhm.
Nokere.
Yeah.
Just hope there's some nice racing going on then.
Mhm. But there are quite some riders overlapping from Oetingen who are racing very attractive, like Henderson, Gerike Schreurs again, Marta Truijen, and Lara Gillespie. So I don't think we will see because there's also not really one who is the fastest, you know. So there's not like
Yeah.
that one is the fastest. So I think I think it will be an exciting race.
I think so too.
And
So
then
then we
over
go on to Italy.
to
Yeah,
yeah,
back to Italy. La Primavera,
yeah,
but then for the women. Finally
mm-hmm.
back on the calendar. I think
Indeed,
we discussed it in length already in the previous episodes, I think, the
yeah.
parcours. So,
Main thing is
oh,
it's not long enough for me. It should have been longer, but yeah, we'll see how this. We had some quite different points of view actually. We had the Cordon Rago who said it's not difficult enough for Amoebas, and then we had the standstills who said it's really more for the climbers, punchers. So actually, no one knows. um, yeah, let's be honest. The participants list is also not too filled yet. We're Monday, so yeah, what can we expect for a race on Saturday in Italy?
we should copy paste the Binda list, I think. That without
And
of
just add a
course
couple of
the broken
names.
collarbones and all the injuries that happened.
Mm. So yeah, I also have, you can call it great news or bad news, but from this episode, actually, I will go in full bias mode again for Lotte Kopecky. Like, you will now get to know the real me.
We will try to install a mute button on the podcast, so so you can mute Saar if you want.
So yeah, we will see how problematic that is, but I think
Very.
it could be nice. But I'm not gonna pretend I'm someone else, so you'll just have to bear with it. Very excited that Lotte is racing again this weekend. Um,
Really?
yeah, surprise. Um, I'm excited to see how she will return. I've heard some things in Belgian media. I was like, well, where are you taking that from? Like saying she needs the rhythm to come back in form. But I think like, did you watch the UAE tour last year? She won it at the start of the season. So I was like, okay.
Did you watch Marianne Vos descending her mountain in Trofeo Binda actually?
Indeed.
She
But
was quite on form.
they were like talking about how she needs the rhythm to compete in the races, but I'm like, whoa, are we watching different races or something like that? Sometimes I'm really like, huh? But yeah, that was something weird. But because actually, then you hear they say like they have doubts about the program and stuff. But I think like she couldn't have chosen a better program. Like it was pretty obvious that last year's had really asked a lot from there. All those races, all the pressure constantly. So what does she do now? Everyone wants to see her in the Tour de France and in the Ardennes Classics, but because she can do that too. But then when she makes actually a very smart choice to do less classics in the beginning, to focus on the big moments, so she also has something left in the tank for the Tour de France. And then they're there, yeah, I don't know if this is the right thing to do. But if she just does the same again, and it's yeah, she doesn't want to try new things. So that was something that weirded me out a bit because I think it's a very smart decision. But yeah, who am I to judge? Because like I'm not very neutral, so.
You might be biased.
A little bit.
I don't know. Could be. No, but anyway, she's trying to complete her bingo card. So if you're building up towards your dance classics and you crossed Milano-San Remo as a big target, then it's normal that you're not going for a big Flemish spring actually this year. So it's only logic, I think.
Yeah.
That it doesn't fill newspapers.
I'm really looking forward to that, but to that part, I just have this thing for athletes being broken down by media. I just cannot handle it. Whoever it is, I just hate it. And like when you're a big figure in sports in Belgium, like Lotte Kopecky, because let's be honest, most knowledge doesn't go further than Lotte Kopecky does this and Lotte Kopecky does that, and I know I don't want it. I'm just think I just gonna close me off. Like I remember riding home from the Tour of Flanders, like she became fifth, and on the radio it was like, yeah, she's training herself. Is she doing it well? Shouldn't she have another trainer? Yeah, is she's gonna fail this classics? And I was like, guys, what is your problem? She's the fifth one in the world. So if there's something I can just delete from these classics, I would say let's do that. Let's just do not that again, because I won't be able to handle that again. I'm gonna rant a lot then, I'm afraid.
Just get older, Saar, then you put it in perspective. They just want to sell newspapers and articles.
Yeah, for sure.
And just saying, woohoo, we like you, Lotte, doesn't sell very much. People don't want to read that. But the list of favorites, it's a big question mark, right?
Yeah,
if it's too easy, then it's Wiebes to lose. But Balsamo is in good form. Marianne Vos, she will have the Milano-San Remo mark.
I vote it's still hard for Wiebes and Balsamo to compete for the win. Maybe I just hope that, but I'm just manifesting it. It's gonna be a puncher race. Just like to be delusional, but so of course you have like, if it's easy enough, Wiebes, Balsamo, Vos, but Vos, I expect Vos to be better than better on climbing levels. So but also like if it is a bit harder, we have Kim de Koer who's riding very well actually, but winning hard one. But I will say top 3. Maybe. Lamborghini, of course, like also hard to win, but you know, Ferrand-Prévot also, like she will be there. Same with Vollering, Labousse Music, then Vos also. Like if it's too hard for Wiebes and Vos can survive, she would be like the ideal lead out for Lotte, of course. Silke Smulders.
The question remains, when will Mavi Garcia go for the break and just get caught 5 kilometers later?
Oh, but it's so painful. It's so painful every time. You think like you have like Mavi Garcia always in his mountain stages, just like pulling, and I'm like, Mavi, what are you doing? And then she has pulled for like 5 kilometers, and then she's gonna launch her attack, and I'm like, well, what are you doing? You're just trying to get 7th again. No. So that's always so painful to see.
Place your bets, listeners. When will she go, and when did she get caught again?
Yeah, I'm just hoping her to take one win, or just like that someone can say her like, this is not the way you're gonna do it. Just try to do something different next time. But yeah, that's something that's is very painful for me. Yeah. So yeah, also like a Kastelein, a Pieterse can be in the front. Kerbel, but she's not. She's all right, but not top level. But yeah, we also don't really have a complete participants list, so it's hard to say. Also, Justine Akira, nice to see she's back from illness, and again already racing very attractive too. So in Binda, and then Margot van Pachtebeke also riding very strong. So yeah, it will be nice to see. It's so hard to talk about it, like, because you don't really know what's gonna happen, you know, like.
No, you have no
Um.
reference.
So
The
yeah,
only reference is 20 years ago, and I mean, well, that was Stone Age compared to today's
yeah.
women's cycling. So,
So yeah, hard to say, hard to say. But maybe now it is prediction time, actually.
okay.
I'll start with the biggest surprise ever. On one, I'm going.
Wait. Yes, go for it.
On one, Lotte Kopecky. Who else?
Whoa, hot take.
Yeah, I'm just gonna predict her every time. I'm sorry, but let's be clear. It's not pressure. It's just like, if I don't believe in it, who's gonna believe it? So, Lotte Kopecky is gonna win Milano-San Remo. I hope. And then on 5, Wiebes, I'm guessing there will be a group of 4 ahead. They will sprint, Lotte will win it, and Wiebes will win the sprint behind them. And then I'm going with Silk Smolders on 10.
I go for Marianne Vos on 1. Yeah, I changed
Also
my mind.
possible.
Yeah, the Fox. I mean, she's back from her mountain. She's in good form. She will target this race, and she's smart enough to play the game. Yeah, she's winning. On 5. Let's go. If I go for Balsamo, and on 10, Kim Lecour. Yeah,
Yeah,
you heard it
it's
first.
possible. But I'm very excited to see it, actually, so that will be nice.
Always good. Hope the weather is good at the Ligurian coast. Then you always get those spring vibes when you watch the race, because
Something
usually
else.
it's usually, well, it's of course the women's race, so it's all new. But if you watch the men's race, it's like, oh yeah, sure, just make it good weather at the Ligurian
But you know what
coast.
was the most disturbing fact I saw? A live stream of the women's race starts at 12:20. So that's so yeah, 12:20. Now you have to guess when the men's race coverage starts.
12:30.
9:20.
9:20. We treated for the whole 300Ks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's good. Then
So
you can
yeah.
snooze a bit in the couch.
But I'm at the musical. My sister is, so I will just be in time to watch the women's coverage. So I won't be tortured this time. But I think we reviewed and previewed everything we could, actually. So
I
maybe
think so, yeah.
we'll
We can
we'll
preview some
just
junior races or something, but we're not gonna go that route.
no. I think we've covered everything, but maybe just to give you something extra, because you came to this point. Maybe we can give a hint for our next guest, actually.
Yeah, should I?
I'll give one.
Yeah, you
So
go.
now I'm.
You thought about it, I'm pretty sure.
I
Just don't
haven't
throw me under the
actually, but
bus.
but I'll say it's not a cyclist this time. It's also not someone involved with the teams or something like that, but it's someone also, it's a woman, we can say that, and it's also someone in like a part of the sport, let's say it like that, where there are still a lot more male counterparts than female. So that will be interesting to see. And it's pretty vague, but
It's,
I was just
it's pretty vague, especially when you're gonna hear who it is.
yeah. Yeah, super interesting, I think.
Be creative, listeners, in guessing the guest game this time.
Yeah, you know, I already said it isn't a writer, and she's not involved with teams, so you got a
Hey,
lot for that,
and my hint, be
right?
creative, is a nice hint as well. Hmm?
Yeah.
Ba-dum-tsh.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
So we'll keep it at that, I think.
Yeah, sure, that's it. And I'm looking forward to Nokere and to Milano-San and
Yes.
we'll hear you next week.
Yeah. So that's a wrap for episode 20 of She Rides. Thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the ride.
Absolutely, and women's cycling is packed with action, and we're here to bring you every twist and turn.
Be sure to subscribe on Spotify, Amazon Music, or YouTube so you don't miss upcoming episodes. And if you like today's show, a rating, like, or comment really helps us reach more listeners.
Follow us on Blue Sky and Instagram for behind-the-scenes updates or hashtag #GuessTheGuestGame and more.
And don't hesitate to share your questions or topics you'd like us to cover.
Stay tuned for more exciting guests and join our prediction competition. Tag She Rides podcast on Blue Sky to show off your knowledge, and She Rides is powered by KDM Endurance Coaching.
Thanks for listening to She Rides, where women's cycling takes lead. Keep watching the fun, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.